Welcome back on this channel. And we see, Bratan, BlackRock is buying like crazy. Yesterday, they bought over 600 million Bitcoin, 640 million Bitcoin. Yesterday, we had one of the biggest Bitcoin inflow in the history of Bitcoin ETF, 870 million. All the Bitcoin ETFs compared bought here. Only GBTC, as expected, sold a little bit, but it doesn't have any big effect on Bitcoin price. We see here we pumped up to our all-time high. We retested our all-time high, and the question is only, will we break it or not? And you know my opinion on this. I told you already yesterday. Look at this. They bought, I mean, we can maybe watch here at this Bitcoin liquidation chart. We're doing here SMC trading, smart money concept trading, and we're watching where's the liquidity. And you see here they grabbed all the liquidity. You see here, this is all billions of billions they grabbed, and the biggest liquidity, there's a little bit left up to 74k, even up to 75k. You see here several millions are still there, but the biggest chunk is now down below. You see here, look at this. You see the brighter it's getting, the more millions and millions we have here. We have here over 330 million at 67,350 only. So all this liquidity, they will grab that. It's only a matter of time. And we could still see here a little bit more pump to 75k. And imagine if we're pumping up to 75k, we would create a new all-time high. And this new all-time high here at 75k would mean people will go crazy if we are reaching 75k. It would mean also that we're getting even more liquidity here down below. Why? Because the people are going long. So the higher we are getting, the dump money thinks we will go now to 80k, 100k. It's only up, it's the super cycle. And the liquidity is getting more and more here down below. And this will be the reason when we see then the big pump, big dump happen, because they will grab all this liquidity down below here. For now, I mean, what also caused yesterday the pump, as I told you last week already, we had here, we had earnings yesterday, the whole week are earnings, and we had here yesterday, for example, we had Google, and the expectation was that $1.85 per earning, and reported it came at $2.12. So it looks amazing for the stock market. And as I told you, I expecting here also maybe more pump or sideways action. We have 5 days left until the election, until the US election. And I expecting it will be, I mean, Trump will win, and it will be a sell the news event, because usually it's always the same in crypto. People getting hyped about an event, and it's already priced in, so the people know already, okay, we will, Trump will win, he's pro crypto, maybe the US money, the whole money system will be backed by Bitcoin because of Trump. You know, it was backed by gold back then. In the 60s they will they cut it off because they wanted just to print money, and maybe they will now back it by Bitcoin, blah blah. You know, it's all, everything is priced in, and people also in my comments are getting crazy. We see pump, we see further pump, but bro, come on, look at the RSI, bro. Look at the RSI. We are so overbought. I know in the bull run we are getting even more. You know, we are even for a longer time here in the overbought zone, but we are not here yet. We are not here yet. You have to watch the big picture. In the big picture, Bitcoin is still cheap. You see here, this is the rainbow chart. It shows us how cheap or expensive we are, or are we in a bubble or not. And the rainbow chart are showing us here that we are still in Bitcoin is still cheap. The next category will be hodl. The next one still a bubble. And when the next category is coming in, here you see it exactly. The next category will come in here. The still cheap area is here exactly between 62 and 80k. The next hodl area will be between 80 and 106, and is this a bubble, is between 136 and 170k. And 130 and 170k, it's exactly also on the big picture, it's exactly also my price target for this bull run here. You see here, we have here this big picture chart, and here, wait, I zoom out. a little bit. So we have here the history of Bitcoin, and as soon as we're breaking our previous all-time high from 2020, as you see it here, as soon as we break it, we are expecting here, we are going to between 130 and 150k. And what is important to know also, it's as soon as we're breaking all-time high, it doesn't mean we will straight see a line to the upside, because let's check out the history of Bitcoin. If we are watching in 2017, what we had the same. We broke our previous all-time high here, and you see it was a fake out. It was a fake out. What we saw after, boom, a massive dump. It was a dump of over 34%. So 34%, this, if we see here a dump of 34% after we're reaching, let's say 75k, 35% would mean we would go back to 48k. And 48k is exactly a massive support line. If you're watching here Bitcoin and the history of Bitcoin at 48k, between 44 and 48k, we have historically a massive support and resistance line. Check it out here. You see, we got here rejected. In the history of Bitcoin, we got here rejected. It acted as support line. It was also here in 2023 a massive resistance line. As soon as we broke it, you see here, as soon as we broke it, we saw here massive pump of Bitcoin back in 2023 of 50%. So we could go as low as 48 or 44k easily, especially, you know what we have? We have here at 54k, we have still a CME gap open, which tend to be closed. There's no guarantee that it will be closed, but it tend to be closed. We still have here a massive one open at 54k. Wait, I show you here. Exactly at 54k. Where is it? Here is it. You see here at 54k, it's still open, the CME gap. And also, if we are checking here the liquidity and we are watching on the big picture the liquidity, we know that we have here the liquidity is getting crazy. You see here, it's billions. It's starting at 65k, millions of millions, and going down below to 58k and more to 57k. People think, hey bro, we will never see 60k again. But bro, come on, 60k, look at the big picture. I mean, how delusional do you have to be, bro, if you think we will never see 60k again? Look at the big picture. You have always to consider the big picture. This is the big picture. Let's check on the monthly. You see, this is the big picture, okay? And now imagine we see here a drop to 60k. Just imagine here to 60k. It looks like this, bro. You see, you don't even see it. You don't even see it on the big picture. If we see even here drop to 48k, look at this. Even if we see to 48k, it will look like this on the big picture. You see, it's like nothing, even to 48k. And if we see drop to 60k, 61,500, we have a big chunk of liquidity, as you know. It would be only drop from here to 61,500. It would be only 15%. And in the history of Bitcoin, in the history of the bull run of Bitcoin, we had drops of easily 40, 30% in the bull run. You see here, for example, bull run 2021. Let's check it out. We had here a drop of over 30% easily, bro. Come on, if you think we will not have another 15% dump. And by the way, I'm not a bear, bro, because, you know, I am here in my long positions. I am in a Pepe long position, which is right now 29k in a loss, and GME $6,000 in a loss. And here on Bitget, I'm also here with $6,500 in a loss. And the reason why I'm in loss, because I was too greedy. I jumped too early. You know, I made this month 50k profit. Here we have the P&L. I can show you also here P&L the last 30 days. We see here, maybe we're going even at the trading performance. Then you check it out here. Boom. The last 30 days, 44k. I mean, I think it's even 50k. I don't know why he's showing. It's showing 54k in the last 60 days. It's 64k. So I was just too greedy, bro. But now I'm waiting until Pepe will probably, hopefully, if we breaking 75k here, Bitcoin breaking 75k, what's possible, because we have here some liquidity at 75k here, up to 75k, not much left, so the probability is not extremely likely that we will go to 75k. But in case we are going, or if we have here some sideways action, we could see Pepe breaking up to 0.11 approximately. Why to 0.11? Back in our channel, hopefully, I think I expecting 1.1 possible. It's not guaranteed, but at least 1.03 or 1.11. And then we see another drop to 8.33, approximately 8.33 at least. And then we see real bull run starting. It all depends on Bitcoin, obviously. But Pepe, why 1.1? Because if we're checking the liquidity, and this is how I made the last month 50K, bro. We checked just where's the liquidity. And you see here the majority of the liquidity right now is here at the upside. You see here at 10101. It's in a perfect alignment with our line here. Wait a minute, I have to delete 101. You see, it's exactly our support line of the resist line of this channel. 102. You see 102, 101. You see here exactly 101, 101. And it's going up, but it's going up to 1.1. So I'm expecting we could go even see Bitcoin at 1.1, Pepe at 1.1. I hope we will see Pepe at 1.1, because if we see Pepe at 1.1, and then I could close my long position here with $5,000 in profit, which is not much, but I get out of the position finally and can re-enter approximately here at 833, starting at 833, because this would be so amazing, bro. Because at 833 back to 1.1, it would be 33%. 33%, imagine, bro, 33%. With my big trades, for me it's a big trade. For most of you, you're watching here, the people who have millions of dollar trade, but this is $250,000 trade. So on 33%, this would be over 75K, which I would make profits if I get out of the trade and can get in. As I told you here, I'm expecting to 1.1, Pepe to go, then a dump to 833, and then another pump. Because also we see here Pepe right now, a green dot appearing on Pepe, a green dot appearing, a golden cross. So it means we should see some pump here. But if Bitcoin cooling down to 61,500, then obviously Pepe will also cool down to 61,500. So first price target for Bitcoin to cool down is 69K, because this was the big support and resistance line. As you see it here, we tried the whole time to break it to the upside, and this will be the first support line where we will break down, and the next one will be at 61,500 approximately. Especially also because we have here full moon coming in. Wait a minute. And full moon, we see a new moon. And new moon on the first, we will see new moon. On a new moon, we see usually dump happening. So I expecting here, you see perfectly on full moon, we had again pump, full moon, pump, full moon, pump. And on new moon, we are expecting here that we will see here some dump happening at least to 69K. You see here 67, 69K, and the next one would be 61,500. Then the next one would be 58K, and the next one would be 54K to close our CME gap. In the worst case, as you see it here also 48K. You see it's from this bull flag, 48K. We could easily retest before we will see another massive pump. And the interesting thing is, if you watch the big picture, we always had before a massive pump, and also here in the disbelief phase, we should see here this disbelief phase where we see a pump and then a dump. You see this little penis we didn't see yet, and this is what I want to see. When people are getting mad, they get really mad because they're thinking, bro, what the fuck, we should see now a bull run, you see, but we didn't have it yet. You see, it looks exactly here like this rally, which we have, this depression rally. This is a sucker rally, but this little penis, we didn't see it yet, you see? We didn't see it yet. And in case we are breaking down as low as 48K, then we would see this little dip, you know? I mean, 48K, it's crazy, but it would be possible, and it would cool down also Bitcoin, as you see, because on the RSI, we are in the overbought zone, not too much overbought, but on the weekly, on the daily, we are crazy overbought. And I would like to see it cool down to 27 to see real proper pump again. But let's see, what do you think about it, Bratan? Thank you everyone for watching. I kiss you, and I see you later. Mwah.